Right then, I'm here at Hawkstone Park, which is in the end of my... I think it was the end of the Brooklands one that I said I was going to come here and make a video. And I did say I didn't know whether I was going to film a video or not, but I am. I don't really want to film a video today, but I mean, yeah, it's going to be another miserable start, I think. Obviously my next video is going to be a lot more exciting because I'm genuinely looking forward to it, which is going to be West Midlands Safari Park, which I'm going to next week. Really looking forward to that. I haven't been there for 10 years, and it's one of the only places you can see African elephants in the UK as well, so I'm genuinely really looking forward to that. But this is basically like a filler thing in between, and I don't sometimes film things like this. Just sort of places I come for the day, but it seemed like the right time, and I said I was going to film here, so yeah. So I mean, starting off, I came in here and I thought this cornfield, it doesn't look real, like it looks too perfect kind of thing. Like I'm just imagining like the opening to an animated movie starting here, like, you know, like Wild Robot or something. I think it's kind of, or it is giving me very Cornfield Chase Interstellar vibes here as well. That's just my first impression of this place. I'm like, yes, Cornfield Chase. But yeah, two of my favourite films that are very different to each other, although they're both very emotional. But yeah, it's basically, this is just the entrance. You've got this cafe built in there. I might get a magnet, I don't know. I normally get a magnet from somewhere like this. They have got resins, but they're not like of the park. I think they're just like fairy tale ones and sort of woodland ones. They're not actually themed to this place or of any of the buildings that they've got here. But they have got, it looks similar to the first place I went on, Paint Hill, which it was kind of, it had a lot of the same things. This place has got buildings like that, although I think they are actually all buildings here rather than like art pieces. It does have a grotto, which again I think that is more of an art piece because they normally are. Which the only thing about this place is that it's got a grotto, which I assume it's more like a brick kind of underground tunnel rather than like decorated like a cave. But because this place does actually have caves, and apparently they're quite dark, so hopefully they're quite deep underground, rather than just like a chasm, sort of in a mountain side or a hillside. They actually like go quite deep underground. Kind of imagining something like the mine caves at Gulliver's Matlock. Like not as big as sort of, you know, Wookey Hole or Cheddar Gorge caves or anything like that, but you know, better, sort of maybe better than the Matlock one. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I think they're all going to be a bit deeper than the Matlock one. I think that one used to be deeper, but because there used to be a train ride that used to go through it, but it's defunct. I don't know how long that shut, but I'm glad you can still walk through the cave. I'm guessing that maybe some of the train ride was, they couldn't access that part of the cave anymore. So, but obviously that is just a thing at theme park. It's a beautiful location. It's a little extra that they have there, whereas here it's more of like its own attraction. I did hear something about Cheddar Gorge on the. I got a leaflet for it, an updated one, and basically when I last went, they'd opened the smaller cave to just walk through, which it used to be like this whole projection thing. It was terrible. It was really, some of the screens weren't working, and I just like to enjoy the cave with lighting. Last time I went, they'd changed it and they just had lights in there, but they said they were working on a new experience. They have actually now opened it, and it's like a water themed one instead of like a wild beast themed one. And what it means is it's back to just being a projection show, which hopefully it's better than it was before, but I'd still rather just have the cave open. It annoys me that they don't do that, to be honest. or alternate. You know, you could have the projection show on at certain times of the day and other. You know, they were playing YouTube intro music in there, but if they'd have been playing more atmospheric music, I think it would have been fine. And they could have just left it. They just got rid of that one because there's part of it that was like open. They'd cut a fake roof over it, and there was part of it where they put a screen up that was switched off, so it looked a bit weird. But if they just took that out, keep the roof on that one bit because it means that it feels more like an actual completed cave. But take the screen out of the one bit, and that you could just keep it open. But these are going to be authentic. This is a nature reserve. It's not a like that kind of attraction where it's just supposed to be like cave tours and that sort of thing. So it's just going to be completely authentic, and it doesn't have the fancy lighting in, so it's not going to. That's why you need your torch in there. But yeah, I'm going to see. I don't know what's first. I think there is a route you can follow, which there was at Paynes Hill, but I didn't know about it. So then I ended up walking up the hill. But I think there was a way you could avoid that and still see everything. And there were a few bits I missed as well. But yeah, I'm more in the mood for it today. But I still don't really want to film it. But well.
Yeah, and oh, I like that. Well, no, I mean, but it was hard. No.
Oh. Just a very
Oh, wow. Oh, there is a light. Actually, in this one. Oh, wow.
Oh, is this like a venue? I'm gonna get to that. some old signage. Camelot's old something. These are quite creepy. What's the view like? There's little monkeys in there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely wait for that to calm
Well,
down a bit.
yeah, back here again. View. Jump scare someone.
Thanks for your feedback.
Can't really. You can do a little bit that way, yeah, because we get can't get down.
Part of the trail.
And there we go, back on the cornfield at the end of this trip to Hawkstone, and it's actually been a lot better than I expected. There's a lot to see. The grotto is definitely the best bit, and the thin bridge. And the grotto and the thin bridge, I was thinking about that on the way down, and I thought that just sounds like a children's book, doesn't it? A fairy tale. Which I guess suits this location. There's a lot of fairy tale things around. But yeah, I mean, I feel like you've got to see it more than talk about it, so there's not really much else I can say. But yeah, they're definitely the best bit. The bits you can go inside and interact with, and you know, the grotto's a bit of a maze of different areas. There's like different tunnels that lead back to the beginning into different places, and you obviously have got other caves, but they're just kind of tunnels that lead you to a place, and you can walk through them, but yeah, the grotto's the best bit. That's where they do weddings, and you can see it's always set up for that with the seating. It's a nice place to have lunch. I think a lot of people have the same idea in there. And it was good to get out of the rain because you could just see it coming through the windows. And there was a bit at the top where you could see through. There was one bit you could see into one of the tunnels, and there was one bit that seemed to be blocked off. There was another bit where you could just sort of see into it was like a bit of a tunnel that was blocked off on both sides. I'm not really sure why, But it was, I think they were just using that bit for storage. You could get round to either side of it though. But yeah, there were windows down the side. There were some windows I couldn't see from the top. There was only those ones, but yeah, it was nice to be able to see from the other side. And I did that clip where I put the camera out the window, which was a bit scary to do. But that's like right at the top. I just kind of wanted to see what the outside of the walls looked like, really, and get a bit of a unique perspective, even if there's a bit of a big hand, as Digital Dan once said, coming out the window. So yeah, it'd just be interesting to see something that I couldn't see at the time. As well as that, there's loads of structures. It's very similar to Paynes Hill. It's just that these are like historical structures and caves and things, whereas there it was all man-made and supposed to look like it was historical structures, but they're actually not. But yeah, that's it. There's a lot of just kind of walking around up very steep hills. There's no way, well, you can kind of escape it, but there's a lot of things on the way up to the hill that you don't really want to miss. So it is just better to take that route, and then it's easier coming down than once you've got a bit tired from going up. And I've got a magnet from the tower, the observation tower, which is my favourite bit, really, as well. One of my other favourite bits. It's of the magnets, like, that you could choose. It was my favourite one, because they also have that castle tower. So I thought, because you could actually go up that, which it feels like you're in Castrovalva, you know, going up an infinite staircase. It's but you get to the top and the view, you could see the reeking hills, and you could see, because yeah, that's it. This is in, like, it's sort of between Telford and kind of the Midlands, because Telford's not really in the Midlands, but it's not as far out as where like Wales and stuff is. It's the other side of the hill to where Wales is. But yeah, you could see quite far from that. But yeah, it's not really something I cover that often, but it's definitely been worth coming.